A shocking report has surfaced, and it is now raising serious question about what could be the next big move in this conflict. Ladies and gentlemen, at the center of it is the US President, Mr. Donald Trump, and the plan that sounds straight out of a high-risk military operation. According to reports, the United States is considering a bold and dangerous mission, and that too inside Iran. What is the objective here? The objective is to seize nearly 1,000 pounds of highly enriched uranium. It's a heist. Well, this is not just any material. It is the kind of substance that sits at the heart of a nuclear weapons program. Can you imagine this for a moment? Not an airstrike, not a warning, but boots on the ground inside Iran. Well, the mission where American forces could enter hostile territory, secure the material, and stay there for days, possibly longer. Well, this is not a quick operation, it cannot be. It is complex, it is risky, it is filled with uncertainty. The question is, why take such a step? And the answer is something that the US has repeated for years now to ensure that Iran never deploys a nuclear weapon. This objective has shaped policies, this objective has shaped negotiations, conflicts for decades now. But now the approach that is being discussed, it is far more direct. However, this whole plan, it is not without any complications. Reports suggest that Israel, a key US ally, may not be fully on board with such an operation. That's right, there are indications that Israeli leadership, including their Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, whom he may have some concerns about risks that are involved, specifically when it comes to sending forces into Iran rather than relying on air power or other strategies. This creates a very complex situation. On one side, there is urgency and strategic intent. And on the other, there are risks, militarily, politically, and globally. Because any operation like this would not happen in isolation either. It would have consequences. Well, there is immediate danger to the troops on the ground. Of course, entering Iranian territory, it would expose them to counterattacks, retaliation, escalation. Then there is broader impact too. Such a move could really trigger a much wider conflict, right? Pulling in more and more countries and increasing the tension across the region. And at the very same time, there are questions about timing too. Why now? What has changed? Is this a response to recent deployments or part of a longer strategy that is fully being considered? Well, for now, there is no final decision that has been announced. The plan is still under consideration. Officials are reportedly weighing the risk here, studying the whole outcome and preparing for multiple scenarios. But even the discussion of such a mission, that's significant. It shows how serious the situation has now become. It shows how far strategies are evolving. And it shows that the next phase of this conflict could look very, very different from what we have seen so far. Because if this plan moves forward, ladies and gentlemen, it will not just be another operation. It will be a turning point.